All right, welcome back. Episode three. Is this three? Episode three of
Mhm.
Your Relationship Sucks. Here to answer the world's most pressing relationship questions. Get those questions answered by the world's foremost experts on relationships in the world. Um, I'm noticing that your lighting is much better than mine right now. Your lighting is much
Lighting.
better than mine.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a gender issue.
That's probably that's
I
probably
mean,
accurate.
my whole background is better than yours.
I don't know about
It's
that.
not
I mean,
comparable.
I've got a sheet that is covering um, my my window here.
Yeah, it's
So
like
that
one shade lighter than your wall, so that's like
that's contrast. It's kind of,
really getting
that's
to
an
me right
interior
now.
design. It's an interior design concept. You have contrasting
It is a
colors and
concept,
styles. Yeah,
like
it
a
makes it look
lack
better.
of interior design is the concept I think you were
Not
going
about that.
for.
Not about that. But can you do your jack o' lantern thing again? I don't know if you can. You
I
have a little
don't want
jack o' lantern in
to.
the background.
I
Can
don't,
you?
yeah. My
Oh, you can try it. I
jack-o'-lantern
mean, you can at least try
is
it. Yeah.
right here. It says I
If
can't
you can get it, it's
figure
not. I mean,
out
we're
how
not.
to do it. So
You
no, I'd
understand?
rather not do that on camera.
It's not that hard. It's just, I mean, just go like this and then just kind of turn a little
I
bit towards
I
the
I
camera. No, okay.
I don't want to. It's like
It's not good.
this
I
is
think the
the
audience would enjoy that,
this is
but
just unnaturally
you
unfair
know,
about what just happened. I shared something in confidence that I found interesting, and you just
I don't know if
use that
it was in
against me.
confidence. I mean, I'm not sure that was technically
Next
in
time.
confidence, but I mean, you didn't say it was off the record, so
I know. I was gonna say next time I'm gonna say off
you
the
know.
record.
All right. So what are we? What are we
Today.
now that we've probably bored away whatever tiny little audience we might have? What are we discussing today? What's the topic du jour of the day?
Today, I picked one. I picked a topic um,
Mm-hmm.
that I thought was interesting. Uh, 'Cause it takes a twist on love at first sight, but it really it makes me feel really uncomfortable to read this. So I thought it'd be an interesting topic because love at first sight is something
Okay.
people talk about a lot. The headline question is, should I pursue a relationship with the man who's been stalking me for 3 years? So I thought that
Yes.
was one thing. And then
Yes.
there's a couple
Absolutely has
elements.
that. It's going to be a very short episode. The answer is 1,000% yes. I don't care what any of the details are. None of that really matters. This is a man who is committed to her for 3 years. That's more than most. That's longer than most relationships. Certainly longer than any relationship I've ever had. That's definitely longer than most relationships I think that exist. So yeah, 100%. I think that's gonna be good.
Including all marriages.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I think the statistics show most people get divorced after like 27, 28 days, something like that. So yeah, this is a guy who's going to be there through thick and thin. I'm sure this woman has gone through some stuff. I'm assuming this is a woman who is being stalked.
Yes, it
I
is.
don't
That
want to
is,
presume
yes.
anything, but it kind of sounds like it. I don't know. That
Yeah, we
seems
don't
more like
presume
a
on the show.
no, but it definitely seems. I don't hear a lot of, and it probably does exist. I don't know, but most of the stalking that I know is, kind of a creepy
Most of the
dude in the
stalking
bushes
that
going
you've
after a
done
woman.
has probably, yeah, definitely been male and female.
No, I would say exclusively all of the stalking that I have done has been towards a woman. Not that I wouldn't stalk a man. I just haven't found a man worthy of stalking
Yeah,
as of now.
not yet.
That's correct.
We
I'm
don't
on the lookout
presume,
though.
so it's open. So
Well, I
if
have
we
no
get
idea.
into the question,
Mhm.
a man has been reaching out to me on social media for 3 years. He claims to be in love with me after meeting him once briefly. And I think I believe him. It's hard to explain, but I think I may feel the same way towards him. The problem is, I have ignored him for the last 3 years. I blocked him on all social media, but he keeps finding ways to contact me. He even had flowers delivered to my house. To tell you the truth, I ghosted him because I'm afraid of what our love at first sight connection could mean. I have been hurt in the past, and I know a relationship of this magnitude can destroy me emotionally. I feel terrible for ignoring him, but my friends and family insist that he is a stalker, and they would never understand if I decided to pursue a relationship with him. I feel paralyzed. What should I do?
What? What? I fundamentally don't understand. Okay, let me see if I can understand. I'm not even sure that I understand what their relationship is. I don't really get this. Okay,
So this is definitely a
so these
pre-relationship,
guys.
but they have 3 years together.
Well, yeah, but I guess I'm confused. Is she? So he dated, or I'm sorry, he started stalking her, and then they met up once, and then she ghosted him, or they met up.
No,
Oh, they met up the very
they
first
met
time
the one
together,
time, and then he found her on social media
and they fell in
after.
love.
No, no, like I don't think they fell in love. I think they met that first time. He felt a strong thing for her saying, I've loved you from the moment I met you. And she felt it too, but they didn't say that necessarily. And then she didn't respond to him when he did find her on social media because she was scared of like the strong feelings that that interaction gave her. It sounds like if it's been 3 years, I wonder, I'm reading into this a whole lot, but she said she's been hurt in the past, which I'm assuming happened more than 3 years. Like what, I don't know, maybe she was really, didn't want to like put herself out there and she was thought that that'd be risky. I don't know, but it sounds like they met briefly and then that's when he found her.
All right. Well, of all the things to be scared of with this gentleman who is uh, continues to find her, I don't even understand what that means. But of all the things to be scared of, I think your own overwhelming lust back towards him should probably be the last thing. Like this is, most people who are stalked are generally scared, that the stalker is going to murder them, uh, possibly do some psychological damage to them, something like that. Um, I don't really understand how this woman has, like, I don't even understand what she's going through. Like she says she's in love with him, but she's not in love with him, or she's scared to be in love with him because it's too much. How do you
Yeah.
even know that you're in love with somebody if she's blocked him? Like, I don't, have they even had a conversation? So they have one conversation. So like this entire thing is based
I
on one conversation. Like,
I don't know if they've talked, but it sounds like she's saying I have ignored him for the last
I
three
certainly
years,
hope
but
that they've talked.
she's
Like if they haven't had a conversation, this is ludicrous. Like this is the dumbest question you could possibly ask. Of all the things that you could ask, this would be the dumbest if they've never had a conversation. Like I don't understand. So I guess he just like likes her pictures on like Instagram and stuff like that, I guess.
sends flowers to her house.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that detail. So this guy knows where she
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah. Has found it. And she like blocks him and it said she's blocked him on like, she'll block him on Instagram and then he'll find her on Facebook and she'll block him. He finds her on other social media outlets. So like after
All
he
right.
gets blocked on one
Okay, hold
thing,
on.
he finds her
I
on
don't.
another.
Yeah, no, I guess I don't do enough social media ing at all.
Yeah,
Um,
you don't do it at
do
all.
people just put their address on social media?
No, I don't. I mean, sometimes you put your city. I presume he like kind of knew the city already, but um people aren't so smart. You often use your telephone number to connect to everything. So if he somehow got her number, then once he joins a new social media platform, she'll be recommended. Also, people can pay to have all this information found for them. So if he's desperate enough, I mean, he can pay someone.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he's desperate. I mean, it just sounds like a guy who's in love. I mean, certainly, I think I'm assuming that that'll hold up in a court of law, really anywhere in the United States, to be my guess.
I mean, like, I don't know if he's hit the threshold for stalking. Honestly, it's really hard to get a restraining order for stalking in the U.S. Unfortunately, this gets into
well, I
another
mean,
issue, but we're not going to go there.
she keeps blocking him though. Like I don't understand. Here's my question: why does she keep blocking him if she's wondering whether or not she should date him. Like that's a big thing. Like she's not even saying like, hey, should I accept this guy's friend request, or should I let him follow me on Instagram, or like, should I respond to should I recomment on his comment of my picture? Like she's not asking that. She's saying like, should we go out and get into a relationship, like an actual in-person physical relationship with somebody that she doesn't even allow to to literally see her Instagram pictures, right? I mean, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's just like has a public profile or whatever. Like who the hell knows? But if she doesn't have a public profile, like this guy's just seeing her profile picture, right? Like on Instagram, like that's how it works, right? Like if somebody's blocked or whatever, like you just see the little circle picture, right?
No, if you're blocked on Instagram, it says that the profile doesn't exist.
No.
I know this because
like when he creates a new one, right? Well, it sounds like you have a lot of experience with.
No, I know this because I reached out on Instagram once to have someone do logo design, and they just blew off the appointment, and then they blocked me on my personal but not my business account, which wasn't very smart. But I mean, for no reason, I don't really know, but that's how I found that out, because I looked on my business account and I could see their profile because it said, oh, this user has been deleted completely. So I guess he has to be making other Instagram profiles and following him. I guess my question is, what about his initial interactions on social media made her feel uncomfortable enough to block him? Like, was it truly the fact that she's scared about what it means to have such a strong connection and draw to someone? Is that like enough for someone to block someone alone? Like, that's just a really weird.
No, it doesn't even sound like she blocked him immediately. Like I don't even remember what she said. Like at this point, I can't figure out anything that's happened in this relationship. Like it doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't even sound like she blocked him in the first place. Like they met each other at coffee or whatever. You know, he was in line. He was like, oh, you know, you're gonna get a cappuccino or whatever. You know, she's like, oh, that's cute. Or you know, I don't know. I don't know how people talk.
Oh, I was thinking like at a party, but that could be true too. Like they went on one date or something.
No. I just mean like she was getting her morning coffee. He was getting his morning coffee. He's probably getting ready to stalk somebody else. And then, you know, he sees her and he's like, hey, what's up? What's your address? And she's like, it's, 12 Main Street and, whatever. And here's my social security number.
Send me flowers,
so you can keep stalking
bitch.
me no matter where I am. And, whatever, like that's all fine. I don't understand what is it about it? So this woman is just somebody who she just loves the fact that somebody wants her this badly. Right? Like that is the only possible way that you would even contemplate somebody like dating someone who you just continually block, right? Right? Like, because if you block someone, you're like, I don't want them in my life. Like, I'm out. Like, I'm going away. In theory, that's what the block is, right? Like, you're supposed to be
like I never want to hear with you. I don't even want to
Right.
see you. I don't want you to see me. So it's a very.
But I think she's flattered by this. Like, she's flattered.
Yes.
She wants the attention.
Honestly, who wouldn't be a little flattered? I mean, because she doesn't seem like her.
What?
She feels.
Are you insane?
No, if someone.
Are you insane?
No, you would. I know you.
But this is how Ted.
No,
Bundy
Ted Bundy did not.
The things you're saying is exactly how Ted Bundy was successful. Like, this is the kind of dumb logic that allowed Ted Bundy to become an overrated serial killer. That is exactly what you're displaying right now.
Ted Bundy didn't operate in any similar capacity.
This dude has been blocked. This dude has been blocked more than once. Have you ever been blocked on social media? Have you ever been blocked on social media?
I literally just told you that I have been blocked on social media.
Yeah, but like by somebody like
no,
by a friend.
I don't think so. I've blocked other people, but not for that reason.
Have any of those people contacted you again with you knowing? I'm sure they've done it behind your back, but have they ever contacted you again with you knowing?
Like later, I was a female friend that I blocked in college, and we like 10 years later we talked and we're good now. Other than that,
I don't care about that.
No,
I'm saying in
no,
the interim, right? Because they're not psychopaths. because those people are not psychopaths. That is psychotic behavior. For somebody to block you, for you to know, for you, like, you know that this person blocked you, right? I assume somehow, like, you know. Like, obviously this guy knows because he's looking her up and he's
He
like,
would,
I can't
yeah.
find her.
I mean,
Let me start
if he's
another burner
regularly,
account. Like, whatever. This guy's is obviously a seasoned professional at this kind of thing, right? So he's like, well, I've been blocked. And he's like, you know what? No doesn't mean no. It just means let's ask again in 5 minutes, right? Like, that's what's going on in this guy's head. And now people who are trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, this is what allows serial killers to exist. Literally, that's the kind of logic that allows serial killers to exist. It is insane that this guy has got back, but she's saying multiple times. That's not once. That's not twice. That's at least 3 times. This guy has been blocked at least 3 times on social media. My guess is probably 3 times on every social media platform. First of all, this lady probably has too many social media accounts. Like, hey, let's taper those down. You know what I mean? Like, let's compact. Let's really trim our social media presence here, because this guy has way too many ways to find you. Like, let's get off Dig, you know, let's get off of Friendster, you know, let's maybe close down that MySpace account. Wherever this guy is finding you, let's close those goddamn things down, because it is insane that he just keeps following you. Like, that he's doing this, and then you're in your head going, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll give him a chance now. It's been 36 months. That's not creepy. It is creepy. Everything he's doing is creepy. Stop being creepy, dude. You're giving guys bad names. Like, this isn't stalking. This is harassment. Like, this is not this is literal harassment. And she's allowing it to happen. That's the thing. She needs to set no, it's not even setting boundaries. She needs to have respect for herself. At some point, if you just allow someone to stalk you for this long, like, she knows who this person is, right? I mean, she knows who this person is. I assume.
yeah, it doesn't say if she's like tried to get a restraining order or not.
No, I'm not even saying that. Like, I don't know, start a Kickstarter or something, like, whatever. I don't know, hire a bouncer, do something. Like, there has to be some way. In this day and age, you're telling me that this woman can't figure that out? No. She's someone who likes the attention. She's probably got some self-esteem issues. She needs to stand up for herself. That's what she needs to do, because she is just enabling this guy to continue to do this. Now, he's obviously got some issues, but nobody's going to stop him, apparently. But this woman to think, like, should I start a relationship? Is that on the table? I don't understand. Like, why is that even in her head?
That's like what she's asking you. Is that on the table?
No. I'm saying. I know.
I
So think about it this way.
I know.
So this person is like, just keep stalking her, right? Does that mean that every time, like, he gets through the brick wall, right? So he's like, he's thrown the rope over. He's like built his own ladder, whatever. He's dug a hole, whatever he's had to do. He's passed her defenses. He's in there. He's like got his 47th, Instagram account or whatever off like the 12th, Yahoo, email that he set up or whatever. And now he's burrowed into the internet and he's like, haha, whatever, can't find me. It's the bots, whatever. So they can't do anything. So now he's inside of Instagram. He's inside her perimeter. And the first thing he does every time is like, hey, we should be in a relationship? I don't understand. Like, again, she's not even saying, like, should I give him a chance and let's go out on a date and have a meal together and see if he eats in a disgusting manner? She's like, no. Should we move in together? Is basically what she's asking, right? She's like, should we have a relationship? That doesn't make any sense. How is that even on the table?
Not only that, it seems like she feels bad for ignoring him, and she feels bad for even asking for a relationship from him, even though he's still like stalking her. It's, like she wants to go from 0 to 100, but then she feels bad. Yeah.
Yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. This is psychotic behavior by him, and it's insane behavior by her. These two crazy people should not be together. Like, crazy
Wouldn't you argue that maybe like two crazy people should just be together and then they save other people from the crazy? Not.
There is a 1,000% chance that that's going to end poorly. There is never in the
history
it
sounds like this might end in a murder and a death. In honesty,
a murder-suicide, because this guy is going to kill her. He is going to kill her. That is a fact. There is no other way for this to end. He is going to kill her. She needs to back away, and honestly, at this point, probably get off social media. And
Yes, we know how you feel about social media. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would have moved when I got
look,
flowers.
I don't have any problem with social media. I have no problem with social media. If you want to be on social media, good for you. Like, I just don't have the heart to like do that every day. I can't do. I don't care enough about people. I guess I don't know, but whatever. I can't like make myself go on social media. But I don't care if other people are on social media. Like, do your thing. I have no problem. I'm saying this woman very specifically should not be on social media because there is a man who is displaying all the signs of wanting to murder her and possibly eat her skin, who just keeps finding her. He keeps finding her. What is happening? Stop being on social media. Go away. Don't have. Again, I can't figure out how she's jumping to. Should I have a relationship with him? I don't understand how that's happening. I don't know. They haven't been on a date. She says she's blocked him. Unless there's a huge piece of information that I'm missing, like, oh, I don't know, they've actually been dating for 3 years. There is no possible way that they could have been set up in this scenario where you would just jump to a relationship. That's never the first thing that's on your mind. The first thing that is on your mind when somebody meets you is, would I like to be around this person for longer than 7 minutes? That's the only thing that's on your mind for like the first 4 or 5 days. I don't care what anybody else says. It's all trying to figure out, like, can I be around this person for longer than 7 minutes? And then when it happens once, you're like, maybe it was a fluke. Let's try again, right? And then it happens again, and you're like, all right, we'll extend it to 10 minutes, and maybe, whatever, we'll do some stuff when we're naked or what. Like, that's fine. But that's all you're trying to do for a while. You don't even get to a relationship. I don't care who you are. Nobody gets to a relationship stage until you've been on multiple dates. So you've physically been with another person multiple times. You don't get to a relationship thing until you've been with them multiple times. So unless this lady is lying, which is very possible, I don't know how she's gotten to this relationship part. But I will tell you very definitively, do not get in a relationship with a stalker. That is a bad idea. There are sitcoms that had that storyline rejected because that was a stupid storyline and nobody would believe it. It's not that difficult. Do not get in a relationship. Do not go out on a date. Do not speak to your stalker. Very simple. I don't know what to tell you. Just stop. Just don't do it.
I heavily regret my words earlier saying that anyone would be flattered based on several things you pointed out. I mean, I think initially he might be flattered, but if she blocked him, then she's not into it. And I think this is kind of a common issue on social media in general, as you mentioned, is people reach out to you, lots of sugar daddies, lots of other people, and you don't really continue to be flattered by that. Like, maybe that's cool, but it sounds like at some point and I'm trying to read, what has terrified her is not him reaching out, which is what I thought was an interesting word choice. She's terrified of like the love at first sight, the strong love at first sight feeling. And I find that interesting.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. She says love at first sight. There's been has she seen him more than once? I don't think so. It does not sound like she's seen him more than once. Number one, why are you still infatuated 36 months later? Way too long to be infatuated still. Like, at some point you think,
I mean, that's not going to last.
If this guy has been creepy enough, given you the creeps enough that you haven't allowed him to take you out on a date in 36 months, that's a pretty good signal that you don't want to go out on a date with this guy, because something in your lizard brain is telling you you're going to die. You are going to be murdered. There is something telling you that. Listen to it. Just stop. I don't understand. Like, what, should you get in a relationship? No. Honestly, I don't think this woman should be in a relationship with anybody at this point. I think she has some serious work to do with herself to figure out why she's okay with getting with a dude who she's theoretically sent some signals to, but I don't want to be with you. And she's like, no, I want you to like work for it. Like, there's a total difference between like chicks, who are like, hey, I want you to, I want somebody to work for it or whatever. Like, that's one thing, and that's fine, right? But for a woman to be like, well, I want you to work for it, but then I'm going to keep putting up signals for 36 months. but I want you to keep working. But that's too long. It's too long to work for it. It's just too long. There's too many things. I don't understand. Like he's been working for way too long. Like he should have gotten something at this point.
That's an epic game.
It's not good. Like I and look, I'm not even saying like, you know what? I'm sure there's probably, you know, some woman out there who's watching this who thinks like I'm a lunatic. Like that's fine. Yeah,
Probably
fine.
so,
Have high standards for yourself. Like that's fine. I'm saying, think about the person that you are okay with allowing to spend 36 months of their life devoted to overcoming obstacles that you are putting in their way. That's insane behavior. Like at some point, give it up. After one interaction, that doesn't make any sense. This woman needs to absolutely cut this off. She needs to stop doing this immediately. And honestly, she probably should send something to the cops, to I don't know, to Instagram, to Facebook, to somebody. She should tell someone that this dude will not leave her alone. He knows her address. That's scary. Probably move. Like that's what I would do. Number one. This sounds like a terrible situation, but these two psychotic human beings should not be in a relationship together. Like whatever, don't report him. Like that's fine. Do not get in a relationship. This is not oil and water. This is oil and oil with a gigantic match sitting next to it. Like this is a terrible idea. It is going to blow up. This is a bad idea. Do not.
Yeah, it sounds like definitely don't do it. Get some psychological help. Stop blaming or using love at first sight as the excuse for this. Because I also do feel, I don't know, I'm not sure if I believe in love at first sight. I know that other people believe in it, and I feel like this is twisting that idea to something extremely grotesque, and I don't like that. Beyond this entire story making me feel really uncomfortable.
No, we don't even know if it's love at first sight. She spent zero time telling us. I don't even understand how the first interaction happened. She spent zero time on it. So I can't pass judgment on whether or not it's love at first sight. I don't even know what happened. I literally have no idea. I can't tell if they met in person. I literally don't know if they met in person. I mean, I assume at some point this guy's like crawled through her window and like watched her sleep.
I don't know if she's aware of that. She thinks they've only met once, and I guarantee that's not true.
But I don't even know. Did she even say that? I don't even know if she thinks that they met once.
Yeah, she said he claims to be in love with me, having met me once, briefly. I mean, it doesn't explicitly say in person, so right. Jury's still out, but it reads. You're probably right, but it reads like
it's not good. No, this guy is definitely watching her sleep in person. Probably also.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She only thinks they met once, but he's definitely been around her.
This is a safety issue.
I'm a little curious, like, what the situation was briefly. Like, in my mind, I would think that would be in passing at, like, a party or something, but it sounds like maybe it was briefly more in public because, No, I mean, I don't know either, but that's what I was envisioning.
I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
They'd have to have, like, mutual friends or maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I thought this was, I've never encountered anything or heard of anyone.
No, this is insane. This person needs help. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to help. Her relationship definitely sucks. I can tell you that much. Like if she's having this much angst, like obviously this relationship isn't going well for either one of them. So that's why you come here, right? You come here, you get the good advice. Mostly I tell you to stop doing whatever you're doing because you're probably making bad decisions. Her relationship definitely sucks. She needs to stop doing what she's doing. But I think we've covered this one. I think we covered this one pretty well.
I mean, this one is black and white for the most part. I think most people reading it are gonna obviously come to the same conclusion.
I thought I was gonna be on his side at the start. She just didn't give me anything to work with. I couldn't get there. I was rooting for him. I'll be honest with you. I was rooting for him at the beginning.
Why?
She didn't give me. He's an underdog. You know what I mean? Like, I love an underdog story. It's a Cinderella story. He's waited through, 36 months of whatever. But I just couldn't get there. In the end, honestly, I couldn't get there. She just didn't sell me. She didn't sell me well enough, honestly. Not a great storyteller, I'll be honest with you. Not a very well-written email. So we couldn't quite get there, but I think this is again, this is why we're here. This is why people will continue to come back to watch us break down these types of questions. So I think that's going to do it for us. I think it's going to do it for
Yeah.
us on this episode of Your Relationship Sucks. So we will see you next time.
Remember, stalking is always stalking, no matter how polite your stalker is. Call the cops. Like, he seems like a very polite stalker, but that's still stalking. And like you said, you don't know what that leads to. Just call the cops.